What's going on, guys? Jolts here, back with another build video, and today we're going to be going over the Blastmaster build. Yep, it returns and it is more powerful than ever. Before we jump into the video, I do want to give a big thanks to Garwood. He showed me a trick in which it just destroys bosses. In fact, you don't need any skill points, just the gear, to insta-wipe any boss in the game. Yeah, but we'll talk about that in just a second. We're going to jump right into it. I'm going to say right now, this build is super easy to set up for high damage output. And yeah, Torgue Stickies are going to be our go-to. They're just really, really good. What you're looking for is one of these bang sticks here that have 18 pellets, but keep in mind you can start with 13 pellets, 10 pellets. In fact, I started this build with a blue shotgun that had 13 pellets, and it was still doing really, really good work. The big part though is at the bottom, well, you can't see it here because there's too much text on the card, but usually at the bottom it will say the stuck gyrojet bonus you get, and the one you want to look out for is 18% bonus damage per stick. Basically, look for high pellet count and a low mag. And for the final thing, if you can, try to get it in an element, ideally cryo, because cryo gets you highest base damage out of the elements in the game, and matching elements in this game isn't a big deal, so look out for the cryo one, and you can find one of these in reasonable time if you're just, beating the bark bunnies over at the chaos chamber. For the melee weapon, you can use whatever you want. I'm not really doing melee, so I have the goblin pickaxe. So if I walk over any money, I'll get bonus speed and cooldown rate. The hand bow. This is kind of an important one you definitely want. You can use any hand bow you want. It doesn't matter the parts on it, the damage on it, nothing. This is only for stacking spell weaving because we are doing the Spore Warden and Spell Shot for this build. If you don't know, spell weaving is very strong, and per stack we're getting spell damage, and thanks to our skill tree we're getting that spell damage put into our gun. So we get to shoot and reload, and if you look under my XP bar, we're just getting many stacks really fast, and we can stack up to 11. Alright, now for the crazy combo that Garwood showed me, and keep in mind, you can do this combo to insta-wipe anything in the game without any skill points. In fact, Garwood did a run on the Chaos Chamber and beat it without any skill points and insta-wiped all the bosses. So, low-level bang stick. Get this out of a vendor on a new game character. Keep in mind, Torgue doesn't show up until level 12, so you can have any pellet count. You don't have to have 18 on it. Just get, as many pellets as you can. And then a high damage launcher, ideally low mag, and the 75% stick gyrojet bonus. And what we could do is stack it on a boss and just wipe them out. So issues with launchers in the game, they only shoot twice or once and then you have to reload and that's it. So you never really get a good stick bonus. But if you put on a ShamY, or the Sham, you can absorb your own shots. And for whatever reason, it goes into your magazine first and then your reserve. So look at my launcher right now, we have our 3 shots. Let me empty that. I'm going to go ahead and stick the floor with the ShamY. So there we go. And watch my launcher. I'm going to swap over. There we go. And yeah, the mag is full again. And all of the ammo now is going into the reserve. So we're regenerating our magazine and our reserve by shooting the floor. Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but anyways. So what we're going to do is stack on the floor with our low-level shotgun. Swap over and spam the Torgue launcher. That's it. It's that easy. And so stacking this on a boss will insta-wipe anything in the game. It is ridiculous. I didn't really mention it, but make sure you're in sticky mode, not impact mode, otherwise, it won't work. So we can do this with anything too. We can do it with our shotgun, so shoot the low level one at the floor with the ShamY, and then spam our shotgun, and now we can shoot for a very long time and insta-wipe anything. Stacking that stick bonus over and over is very powerful. One final thing I want to mention is it works for any guns, not just Torgue, so I can shoot the floor with a shotgun, right? We're going to do that, swap to a, the live wire, and yeah, look at my ammo. You can regen it back into your magazine and spam for a very long time. That's all the weapons, so let's go over to the rings. And the ring special effects are not really the best in this game, but the 2 I usually rock for any situation are going to be the boss one for 100% damage, which is the championship ring, and the mood ring for while ward is not full, effects are increased by 100%. The most important part is trying to get that gun damage roll on top, and then maybe something with the shotguns for the passives. So you have shotgun crit damage, shotgun reload speed, shotgun mag size. Try to roll anything that's going to help your setup. We already showed it, but you do want to get yourself the ShamY, and the parts don't matter on it. 80% is going to be the flat bonus you get. And yeah, just grab that and also get yourself the Spore Warden Reload Barrage Annoying. Or Enchant, you know what I meant. Every time we reload, remember, we're reloading a lot. We get a charge, a barrage. And we're going to be spamming a lot of barrage to keep our shield up so we're pretty much invincible. And also debuff the enemies for bonus damage. Hands down, one of the best armor pieces in the game is the Paradigm. I know this one is a god roll and you don't need it to be perfect, but all you want to look out for is 1 on high thread count, which is that 1-point skill at the top, boosting your spell shot power as much as you can, and the optional thing is at the bottom for melee and ability damage are increased by 50% of your spell damage. The thing here is that we have a lot of spell damage, so we're putting it into ability, And that means we can utilize the Spore Warden's Capstone to get crazy damage. As for the passives, get anything that, boosts up your damage. The Harbinger. Now, damage is already insanely good on the build, so I went for survivability instead. But if you want a little more damage, I do recommend going for the Theurge instead. And the Theurge will give you bonus spell damage if your action skill's on cooldown. For this build though, I'm using the Harbinger, and every time I use my action skill, I get a lot of shield back. For the top part, get anything that's going to boost up your damage, so frost damage for the shotgun, and spell shot power for even more damage. Just to show you how crazy it is, let me go ahead and take damage. Keep in mind, we're going to reload and get barrage back. We spam barrage, get shield back, and we activate all of our enchants too for action skill start and active. So we're going to take damage. Oh no, shoot that. And I can reload too, and you can see my shield just comes right back. And I can reload, barrage, reload, barrage. It's infinite. So my shield's always going to be up, and I can spam a lot of barrage. For the spell, use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. We're not using spells for damage. You can if you want to because, you're spell shot, so you have insane amounts of spell damage. For me, I have a sigil for, placing a healing circle for my teammates. Or, in fact, you can even do a reviver if you want to keep your teammates alive. Or you can cast it on your mushroom pet to get them back up. For the rest, we just have random things. So live wire is going to be for, if you're doing the green symbol in the chaos chamber, you got to shoot those spores. And the live wire is really good for that. Now, if you're looking for a shield, I do recommend the body rune. I'm doing the ShamWai because we already have so much damage that I don't really need more. So we're not even, doing damage annoy on the shield. Or enchant, you know what I meant. But if you do want to get a little more damage, pop on the body rune, and it actually gives you a secret 6.9% bonus gun damage just for having it on. Why? I don't know, but it's a thing. On top of that, you get 15% bonus healing if you get a kill, and also 16.5% bonus fire damage. The card says 20%, but that is actually a lie. Now, everybody loves the Buffmeister. For this build, we're not using it with the glitch for insane damage, so that's kind of nice. So if you want to move around fast and get a little mix of bonus damage, you can pop this on. And finally, we have the Laser Hand, which is, I think, the lowest cooldown spell in the game, 6.3 seconds. So if you want to rock something fun and also activate your spellcast enchants, you can put this on and have them up at all times. As for the enchants, the melee weapon and shield and spell are kind of the important ones because they're on at all times. For the melee, try to get action skill active, 35% elemental damage. And from what I've heard around the community, I haven't confirmed it for myself, is the fact that action skill active and action skill start, and I think action skill end, all last for a full minute. Why? I don't know. We already talked about the ShamWai, get your barrage enchant on that. And for the spell, hands down, get your 40% gun damage on action skill start. For the weapons though, you do want to get anything that's going to increase the damage of it. So for this one, we have action skill active 50% frost because, cryo element. And for the launcher, you can use whatever you want because in sentry mode, like I showed you earlier, things will instantly die. You don't have to get a damage annoy on this, I promise you. Alright, that's all the gear, so onto the skill tree. Again, we're doing Spore Warden and Spell Shot. First up, we have Barrage, which is going to be spam forever, like I showed you earlier, and in combination with the Wrath of Nature, we can shoot enemies with our Barrage and debuff them by 54%. Yeah, this skill's pretty good. Then we have gun damage, gun handling, we have some more gun crit chance. Our Shroom is going to have poison farts and also revive us if we go down. We have ability damage, so that's going to be applied into our capstone, and also our barrage will be a little bit stronger. We have bonus mag size and ammo regen. We have bonus speed if we get a kill and some fire rate. Like I said before, we can debuff enemies and get bonus damage using the Wrath of Nature. Headhunter will give you bonus gun damage if you hit a critical hit. And keep in mind this is for actual critical hits to head. Not the auto crits from your hero points, it has to be a real critical hit. And then finally, play the angles. This skill is busted. When you hit a critical hit, your bullets can ricochet and hit for stupid damage. For whatever reason, this skill is doing a lot more than it should and is hitting for like 250,000, 500,000 damage on ricochets. So if you shoot an enemy and reload and have a torch sticky just go off to another enemy, it's going to hit for insane damage. Onto the spell shot. The spell shot is insane in this game, and you get so much spell damage that converts into other damage types that it's kind of ridiculous. So by reloading or casting spells, you're going to get a stack of spell weaving, and that will give you bonus spell damage that converts into your gun and gives you even more gun damage. Remember, we're reloading a lot for this build, so we're going to have max stacks at all time. And this is the skill I'm referring to, so all of that spell damage gets converted into your gun, and you're going to hit for absurd amounts of damage. Then we have a lot of bonus reload speed, a bunch of fire rate based on how many stacks I have. So at 11 stacks, we have 44% fire rate. This will give me shield if I reload my gun, which happens a lot. This will stop my shield from regenerating, and we get bonus spell damage. But remember, we're getting our shield back from the Harbinger amulet, so this won't really hurt us too much. And that spell damage gets converted into even more gun damage. And finally, the big one, high thread count. Get this maxed out. And with 2 out of 1, you can hold 11 stacks. Alright, that's it for the skill tree, so let's go ahead and show off the build. Alright, so we're in the Chaos Chamber, Chaos 20. Let's go ahead and accept that. Before you do, though, make sure you get your stacks up, so we get 11 stacks using the handbow. And we're good to go. We'll go ahead and jump in. From this point, have your Torgue Sticky ready, and all you got to do is shoot, reload, and that's it. If you want to, you can spam your barrage to debuff the enemy and then do a reload in. But for basic mobs, it's kind of overkill, so you don't really need to. But it's good for keeping your enchants up and also good for debuffing your bosses. And I'm going to say right now, make every encounter elite. Like, for real, you get bonus crystals, and again, this build can cover it. So we'll debuff. And right there, you saw the ricochet from the Spore Warden's capstone, and we already hit there for 250,000. Yeah. Whatever that enemy was is now dead. Alright, just for the heck of it, let's take some lethal damage, so go ahead and damage me. There we go. Oh no, we gotta heal. Pop the circle, start spamming your barrage, and get your shield back. And you can see we're just surviving pretty well. Now, I will say the mushroom isn't gonna survive very well. Never has, to be honest. Like, even if you max out health regen on your companion and HP and all that good stuff, they still get shredded on Chaos 20. Alright, so we've proven the mobbing is very, very easy to do, so let's go ahead and show off a boss. Alright, so we're at our good friend Daryl, and there's 2 different ways you can do the fight. You can jump down and do your Torgue Stickies with the high damage shotgun, and that will shred him pretty well. Or you can do the sentry mode, which I want to kind of show off now, so have your stuff ready in sticky mode, and your ShamWow on. So we're going to hop down, we're going to stick the floor, whoop, there we go. Stick the floor as much as we can, swap over to launcher, and then stick them up as much as you can, and then you can go for the reload and instantly wipe out the phase. Just a little bit more, go for the reload, and he is dead. Yeah. Now keep in mind this won't work for every boss because some bosses have enemies in the arena that will like come up to you and break your shield. So it's only, good for certain bosses, but keep in mind you can just do the Torgue Sticky Shotgun and just wipe them out with that. In fact, just to prove it, let's go ahead and do the Torgue Sticky Shotgun, so we'll debuff him, and then spam the face. And in just a second, you'll see the damage kick in and wipe him out very, very fast. Only a little bit more, and Daryl is dead. There you go. Anyways, that will be it for the video today, so if you do want to download the save for yourself on PC, I will have the save file for download over on my Discord in the save file section. I do recommend you guys try out the build. It's a lot of fun, easy to put together, and it's just, a classic. Who doesn't love Blastmaster? And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the build video, then be sure to leave a like and let me know if you want to see more builds. And of course, if you really enjoyed it and want to see even more Wonderlands content, then be sure to sub. You guys have a great day, and I will see you all later. Peace out.